My research article is titled Geospatial Analysis of Environmental Challenges and Health Risk Level of GSM Mask in Abuja City Center. And as we all know that um, GSM mask is actually needed in the major cities like Abuja in order to service the teeming population or the mobile users that are arising every day by day. And due to this, according to Pulse News, the NCC Vice Chairman says that active GSM subscribers in Nigeria increased from 194 million in December 2019 to 199.3 million in May 2020, while achieving about 42.02% internet penetration in the country. And this shows the level at which the mobile users are increasing due to the demand for internet purposes. And at present, the greatest polluting element in the Earth's environment is the proliferation of the electromagnetic radiation. But then I think based on some various research work, there have been arguments on if there is health effects of GSM mask, like the electromagnetic radiation on the residents within the close proximity. But then, irrespective of the findings, there's always a mental health risk effect arising as a result of the generator plants, the sound, the vibration, and all other environmental pollution. So without recourse to sustainability, unprecedented sighting of GSM masks in urban environment to accommodate the teeming population of mobile users has a detrimental effect on the residents within the close proximity. And in view of this, the aim of the article is to examine the environmental challenges and mental health risk level of GSM masks in Abuja city centers using a geospatial technique. And to achieve this, the three major objectives considered are to examine the spatial distribution of GSM masks in Abuja city center, and again to determine the proximity level of residents to GSM masks in the study area, and thirdly, to examine the environmental challenges and mental health risk level of those GSM masks in the study area. Now, to achieve this, the materials and method adopted, data acquisition technique was basically the global positioning system, which is known as the GSM, GPS, and the Google Earth satellite imagery was as well adopted to generate the images for spatial analysis. And as a result of this, software that was used to generate these findings is ArcGIS version 9.3. And to effectively analyze the extent to which the GSM masks are spatially distributed in Abuja city centers, various buffer zones distances were adopted. We have the 10-meter distance, 20-meter distance, 50-meter distance, and 100-meter distance within the GSM mask locations. And as a result of this, the analytical technique adopted is georeferencing and geoprocessing. The Google Earth imagery that was generated was actually georeferenced on the ArcGIS software to generate the data set for spatial analysis, and while the coordinates generated was as well geoprocessed on the Google Earth imagery to review the extent of proximity of residents to the GSM mask. And we can as well see the map of Abuja, Abuja city center from the Nigerian map, which was generated. And again, as we all know that Abuja is one of the major cities in African continent experiencing a fast growth of development. And as a result of this, there are demand for more sighting of GSM masks in the major city centers. And again, as we all know that there is also a present introduction of 5G in the to enhance the technological effectiveness of mobile service in various cities. So as a result of this, there are more demand for GSM masks to service the teeming population of mobile users. And again, as you can all see the map generated, due to the conference format on the number of slides to be generated, I tend to limit my maps to 2 or 3 slides out of the major maps that was generated. We have the major ones for visual presentation. And as you can see, the first map on the screen where we have the red dots. Those red dots indicate the spatial distribution of the mask within the major city centers. We have the Lube, we have the Garaki, we have the as many as possible. And as you can see in the second map, we have the buffer distance of various dimensions, buffer of 10 meters, 20 meters, 50 meters, and 100-meter distance from the GSM mask. The major reason for generating this buffer distance is to review the extent at which residents are already developing or building closer to the GSM mask. And as you can see, the third image, we have the visual presentation of the specific location in Lugbe area of Abuja city center. As you can see that the mask was located and major buildings are already building closer to the GSM mask. And due to this fact, there are a lot of mental health risk that is arising in the major cities from the noise, from the land vibration, and many other environmental pollution. And again, we can see the fourth image. That is, I think this image is more zoomed into the extent at which you can see the residents and the buffer distance. Moving to the next slide, we can see this slide is this images is talking about the spatial distribution and the mental health risk level of the GSM mask in the major city center. The first image is showing the level of the health risk effects. From this map, it denotes that the locations where there are multiple clustering of GSM masks will also generate multiple mental health risk effects of environmental pollution like land vibration, fumes from the generators, and other environmental pollution on the residents within the buffer distance of 10 meter, 20 meter, 50 meter, and 100 meter. And we can as well see the second image where we have the we have on the scale of very low, low, moderate, high, and very high. And looking at the color, you can see that where we have multiple clustering of GSM masks, we have a very high level of mental health risk. As you can see, where we have the very deep red color, we also have the high level of mental health risk on the residents within the close proximity. And these are the major findings at which, if the government can as well checkmate the activities of the operators on which the spatial mask is distributed, it will help to minimize the mental health risk effects within the city center. Now, in conclusion, from the major findings, there are multiple clustering of GSM masks in most regions within 100-meter radius, as we've seen in the previous slide. And again, residents within 10 meter to 100 meter will experience a very high level of environmental challenges, and also they will also be exposed to mental health risk effects from the arising from the environmental challenges. And again, persistence of noise pollution based on various research could cause partial deafening of ears, while vibration could as well cause headache, sleeplessness, and risk of brain tumor for residents in close proximity to GSM masts. And again, most network operators do not adhere to the required standard and regulations for siting of GSM masts in the environment, based on our major findings. And again, based on this conclusion, we recommend that regulatory agencies such as the World Health Organization, like the Nigerian Communication Commission, and the NESRA, which is in charge of regulating the spatial distribution of GSM masks, should checkmate the activities and the spatial distribution of network masks in the environment, while taking into cognizance the professionals' advice on the mental health protection of residents within the neighborhood. And lastly, network operators should also adopt the use of sharing of a single mask to avoid multiple clustering of masks within the city center. And if this is adequately adopted, it will help to reduce the proliferation of GSM masks in the location, while helping its residents in close proximity to achieve mental wellness in the neighborhood. Thanks very much for listening.